Hey guys, Troubletcat here, recording for the Zombie Arcade, and something a little bit different this time around, because I'm not actually recording this commentary live. Unfortunately, when I was getting this footage, I had my mic on as I normally do, or so I thought, because in actual fact, I was not the entire mic at all, even remotely a little bit. So the situation here is, I was actually going to do this tomorrow, but it's 1:30 in the morning and I can't sleep, and I figured, well, maybe I can upload another video tonight, because fuck it, why not? But I do need to record some commentary first. I'm not going to be paying too much attention to the time or anything like that, trying to, like, sign off nicely every 15 minutes just because I can. It's going to be pretty much the same thing as you normally get. It'll be straight through until the end of what I've recorded so far, which is about 50 minutes. But this time around, I am not recording live. What I'm doing here, if you're wondering, is fucking around with my mouse sensitivity. I got a new mouse, a sweet gaming mouse. If you're wondering, it's the Gigabyte, what's the model number? M8000X Ghost, I think is what it's called. I know it's called Ghost. It has a fucking flashing LED Ghost display on the back of it. I think I wasn't sure. I was debating whether or not I should sneak through this part, but I ended up just bossing and killing everyone. Spoiler alert, it does take me a couple of tries here getting through the cannery and stuff like that, but I do get past where we were up to last time, eventually. Since I'm not recording this while I'm playing, you know, I could pretend this is the first time I'm playing and, you know, pretend to be all fucking surprised by shit, and I don't really remember what happened, to be honest. I recorded this earlier today. That did scare the ever-loving fuck out of me when I was playing this. Those dudes, suddenly everyone behind me with Tommy guns, was not terribly cool. Not cool at all. Just not even a little. I do get through here relatively quickly, though, and get past where I was up to before. This game, I'm really liking it. I don't know, I really recommend it. It feels like it's just got really good variety between the stealth stuff and the puzzle stuff and the more sort of straight-up shooting stuff. So, I don't know, I'm sitting here, I've sat down to record this, and I'm still doing, you know, a live commentary in the sense that I don't have a script in front of me like I do when I'm working with reviews or something like that. So I'm sort of sitting here thinking, like, you know, well, I got 50 minutes to burn, and I'm not going to spend the entire time talking about the gameplay, because that's what makes sense when you're doing it live when you're playing, because you're really in the moment. But, you know, I'm not going to try and do that artificially. So I'm sitting here thinking, what am I going to talk about for an hour? And, you know, I can think of a few things that, you know, well, I can think of one thing in particular that I'm not going to talk about. That is what is on my mind at the moment. And that sounds that's a strange statement, right? I'm not going to talk about the thing that's on my mind at the moment. No, but it's true, and there's a couple of reasons for that. And one is that I use, you know, doing these videos and streaming as a distraction sometimes when I'm feeling stressed out or anxious or nervous about things in my life. You know, aside from the fact that I love doing it and have a great time, and aside from the fact that if I could someday make it in YouTube, in live stream, just, you know, make it be one of the big boys, in this gameplay, commentary, live streaming, interacting, celebritizing, peen growing thing. If I could ever make it, that'd be like a dream job for me, and that's a consideration too. I don't do it for the money, I do it for the love of it. But it's all these different considerations, and actually one of the things that I wasn't expecting, that I did find, especially with live streaming. When I first started live streaming, it was not long after my ex-girlfriend broke up with me, and it was actually really helpful to me, more than I thought, as a sort of therapeutic thing, not just as a distraction, but also in some other weird way, to be doing something that you just really enjoy. So I guess you know, I wasn't planning to turn this into super serious talks, and I'm sure the whole 50 minutes won't be, but if you're dealing with stress or anxiety or anything like that, and this is the most common advice you'll ever receive, I'm sure, find something that just makes you happy, even if it's something really crazy, and do that, and do it as a distraction, if nothing else. And it's enormously, phenomenally helpful. And it's kind of weird. I noticed I was talking about this when I was actually recording it, and it's happening now, even as I'm just watching the footage and not currently playing. But that's that. When I'm doing something sneaky in the game, my voice gets all low, and serious, and intense. As opposed to when there's more action going on and I'm yelping and shit, or when there's not much happening and I just kind of am talking to fill the void. No, I notice when I'm in these sneaky situations in a game, in this game, I do get all quiet, and whispery, and stealth mode activate. And I don't know what that says. Maybe that I get a little bit too immersed into these games, but, you know, obviously, part of what makes games amazing is this property of immersion, this ability to just become engrossed in it and to not think about other things, and that's why, you know, games themselves can also be therapeutic. Beyond that, you know, I think a lot about, as somebody who spends a lot of time playing video games, and as somebody who is hoping to one day try and build a career in the games industry in some sense, and it might be, you know, through learning programming and becoming a code monkey at a games development studio someday, or it might be through this thing that I do on YouTube already. And I mean, with the rise of esports, with the rise of conventions and the need for speakers and stuff like that, there is increasingly the opportunity to make a job for yourself out of being not even quite a gaming critic. Although I do reviews, and I have quite a critical and an analytical eye when it comes to games, as with everything.
Jack,
Hi, Ruthie!
Ruth, what the hell are you doing up there?
I kind of don't want to talk over this dialogue too much. I feel weird talking over dialogue.
There was gunfire outside. I only just managed to climb up here and threw the ladder down to escape. I'm trapped up here, Jack. The door's padlocked, and this
I
light
knew a
isn't
girl
gonna hold
named
for much
Ruth
longer.
once.
I don't want to die, Jack. Help me.
Keep
What if
back.
she watches these
I'll figure
videos?
something out.
I can hear something.
Maybe. I don't know. We're on Facebook, so it's entirely possible she knows. Hi, Ruth, if you're watching this.
Show yourself.
I don't want to show myself. I want to hide for all time. As I was saying, I think I get my ass handed to me here. Just so you guys know in advance. I don't know why I feel inclined to spoilers, but I do. As I was saying, it seems increasingly like there's opportunities to become a professional in the gaming industry by being not exactly a critic, although that's something I could do, and I do kind of do, but just by being a gaming guru and somebody who's involved in the culture and who knows what's up. And that's something that I could do as well. And so the point I was trying to make, though, what I was trying to say was that I'm getting gang raped by fishmen. What I was trying to say was actually that, you know, as somebody who is very much interested in maybe someday trying to have a career in the gaming industry in some way, and not sure quite what form that might be in, but it's something that, as somebody who's always really enjoyed games, or even passionate about them with much more than the casual interest, it's something I think about a lot. Is what is the value of games to people as individuals? And I actually kind of talked a lot about in my major project thesis when I was in high school, doing year 13, which I'm not going to talk about in depth right now. I don't know if you guys know much about that. I wrote a thesis, though, is the very short version, about whether or not games are art, and that partly covers what the value of games might be to society. Partly, there's more to it than that, but I also think about a lot about what's the value of video games to individuals, because there's a lot of people who'd say that they're kind of a waste of time, and there's a lot of people, not a lot of people, but there are some people out there whose opinions do mean a great deal to me, who I think feel that what I'm doing here on the tubes is kind of a waste of time, and by the way, I'm not going to stop because of that ever. I simply don't agree. Because aside from the fact that I could maybe someday build a career in it, it's something that I love. But I think a lot about what value games have for individuals, and maybe that's part of it. Is sometimes any form of escapism, whatever works for you. You know, watching movies, reading books, playing damn video games, listening to powerful music that takes you away to other places. It can be good. It's not it's not even about necessarily not thinking about the things that are problems in your life and trying to escape from that. And pure escapism in that sense can be harmful if you spend too much time doing it. You know, if you've got problems in your life and you find a form of escapism like video games that makes you content to just let those be, that's not okay. Video games aren't that for me, though, and I think most people don't actually have that problem with escapism, although some people could, and I think a lot of people see that as a problem that people have more often than people actually have it, if that's what makes sense. Because I don't think most people ever completely escape. You know, it's always in the back of your mind. You're never going to be completely content. But it can be helpful to have something to help you unwind and not be quite as stressed, you know. It turns out weird shit happens when I sit down to record commentary at 1:30 in the morning, and I'm very, very tired from hardly sleeping last night and working so much today on stuff for the blog and trying to get my shit together for university. I got exams coming up, so I've got work to do for that. Obviously, getting prepared, getting into topics that were unexpected to me. Then again, as I said, I went in pretty much blind. I was just sort of sitting here, still up, thinking, you know, I need to do something to get rid of some of this energy that I have, which is a strange thing to say because I am exhausted. But there's also this energy. I thought, well, I can record a commentary. Aside from that, the way escapism can be useful for people to help them deal with things is games have taught me a lot about the world, and I mean a lot of things in games is bullshit, obviously, and it's the same with movies and books and stuff like that, and that's what it comes down to. Is I don't understand these arguments that still crop up so often, even with how much more acceptable gaming has become. There's still these arguments cropping up all the time that gaming's a waste of time and it doesn't teach you anything and it doesn't enrich your life in any way. And I just feel it can do the same thing as books and movies. And I'm an avid reader, an avid watcher of films, or I was. Both those things, much less lately for different reasons. Neither of them because video games are all I need. But video games do give me many of the same things as those do. That, you know, they can make you feel very strongly. They can make you think, and they can teach you things. And I think it's sad in a lot of ways when people dismiss games as a waste of time, and they're not for everyone. In the same way that some people just aren't. You know, for example, some people aren't really into music. Some people aren't really big movie buffs. Some people don't really enjoy reading. People have their things that they like and don't like, and video games aren't for everyone, no, but I think it's really sad when people sort of dismiss them out of hand as juvenile or as a waste of time, when there's actually so much to be had, even if you're not, you know, somebody who's going to be a really hardcore gamer. There's so much to be had from certain games, not every game. Some games are, you know, like Hollywood blockbusters, and they're entertaining for a few hours, and they don't really teach you much or do much for you, but other games, there's just so much to be had. Well, you're probably wondering what the fuck I'm doing in-game right now, so I'll tell you. I was looking for a way to see if there was, first of all, a way up on that back platform, and also, I was looking around to see if there was any kind of way I could block the doors to stop all damn fishmen from running in. Basically, I was trying to find a better way to handle this gunfight that I kept dying on. And you'll see I actually do find a spot that ends up working for me. So that's what's going on right now, by the way. So yeah, I don't know. I think part of it comes down to is that just games have given me so much. So many games have either taught me something or made me feel something or made me think in a way I hadn't before, or even trained my ability to think. I think I've talked before about. I think games like Deus Ex and point-and-click adventure games and any game that's a little bit more complicated, that involves some kind of real challenge, that it is, you know, puzzle solving rather than reflexes. And a lot of shooters involve something that is puzzle solving, and because it's not always reflexes. If you need to change your tactics, if you need to change the way you're thinking, you're essentially
What the hell are you
engaging
doing up there?
in light puzzle
I must have
solving.
been followed.
And I think some
Yes, I
games
just
that have a
wanted to
heavy
go.
focus
Gunfire outside.
on puzzle solving and stuff like that have actually been
And through the ladder down to
enormously helpful for me
I'm
in learning how
trapped
to
up here,
think.
Jack. The door's padlocked, and this
And in
guy's
sort of
not gonna hold for
training
much longer.
the analytical
I want to
capacities
die,
of my
Jack.
mind,
Help me.
and
Keep back.
so that's something too.
I can hear something.
So games have just given me so much, and I think it's sad that there are some people who don't have that. I don't know. I feel like everyone should at least, you know, find the time to be a casual gamer. Find the time to sit down with Deus Ex or with BioShock or with Torrens Passage or fucking, I don't know, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream or any number of games. Whatever you're into, you know, find the game that works for you. And I just think it's sad that some people aren't even willing to give it a go, because and it's because they've given so much to me, and I want everybody to be able to have that. So this is the spot I found for this gunfight, and it actually seems like the AI kind of glitches out, because I'm able to kill just everyone from here, and it's not even a problem. As you're going to see, yeah. Still thinking about that shit I was talking about before, but I guess that's pretty much, you know, covered it. That's all I have to say about that stuff. And well, there's a lot of video left to go. I'm gonna go get myself another beer, guys, because it's 1:30 in the morning. That's what I feel like doing. So I'm actually gonna call this apart here because it's convenient for me to do so. It's a break in the commentary. I'm gonna get up, go get something to drink. Hopefully, when I come back, I'll have something new to say. So I'm actually gonna sit here and watch the rest of this gunfight play out, and then that is actually gonna be the end of this part. I am gonna take advantage of the fact that that I'm sitting here recording commentary in post to let me make parts, you know, in slightly nicer places than they sometimes are. It's gonna be a bit of a longer video, this first part, but that actually works out because the recording's of a bit of an odd length. I think this is the last bad dude I need to kill. Bam! Yeah, so that's the end of this part, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, Troubletcat out.